Hello, good afternoon. Sure you're good. Today we'll be making air conditioner. Now this is a preparation for the air conditioner we'll be making today. Here I want to dissolve my acetic alcohol. This is our acetic alcohol here. I hope you can see. This is our acetic alcohol. Can you see? Our emulsifying wax and our stearic acid. Hope you can see here. The first thing we'll be dissolving now is our emulsifying wax. Now looking at these two chemicals here, can you see they look alike, but the difference between them is that one is bigger than the other. The emulsifying wax is bigger than this other one here, the acetyl alcohol. Can you see here? Okay, so this is. So now let's move on. Before we start the production proper, as I said earlier on, we want to prepare for the production, and we want to dissolve our three chemicals. We have three chemicals we have to dissolve on heat, and we will allow it to cool down before we add it to the main production here. So now the first thing I'll be adding now is our emulsifying wax. If you can see from here, these are emulsifying wax. We want to dissolve it on heat, on low heat. So we are dissolving this emulsifying wax on low heat. So preferably I would advise if you can use a cooker that you can easily regulate. Can you see I'm already dissolving the emulsifying wax? Can you see it's melting? Okay. So it's melting gradually, and we are pouring the remaining emulsifying wax. Hope you can see the way it's melting. Yeah. So we allow it to dissolve. We allow it to dissolve well. Before we add our acetyl alcohol. So that's what we are doing now. So it's on low heat now. It's on low heat. Well, you can also use your gas cooker if you'll be able to control the heat. But here I chose to use cooker here because it's easier for me to regulate the heat of the cooker here. So we are still dissolving the emulsifying wax. So bear in mind that the air conditioner we are making here is 5 liters. So the emulsifying wax that I'm dissolving here is 40 grams. It's 40 grams. Followed by, can you see it's almost getting dissolved completely? Can you see it now? So we've completely dissolved this one. So I want to add our acetic alcohol. I'm adding my acetic alcohol now. So we are melting the acetyl alcohol inside now, which is also 40 grams. we are melting everything on low heat, please. On low heat. Low heat. Please bear in mind. So the next thing we'll be adding after this, the dissolution of this cetyl alcohol, is our stearic acid. Can you see? It's almost getting dissolved completely. Can you see it? Yeah. So we want to add our cetyl alcohol. We want to add our stearic acid to it. I'm pouring the stearic acid now. It is 50 grams. I hope you can see from here. Okay. So this is just one of the preparations that we're making for this air conditioner. Can you see? So we're almost having a smooth mixture now. Can you see? So now after this whole process here, we are going to leave it and allow it to cool down a bit. Make sure it cools down properly, please. Don't add any hot mixture to your production, please. Yeah. Can you see here? So we have a smooth blend now. Now we've finished dissolving our 3 chemicals here: the citric acid, the stearic acid, emulsifying wax, and our cetyl alcohol, and we want to allow it to cool down very well. So as part of the preparation for our air conditioner, this is our antisol here. I soaked this antisol here for 24 hours. Can you see? It has dissolved completely. So the difference between this antisol here and a naturosol is that antisol takes longer time to dissolve in water. So that was why we soaked it for at least 24 hours. And within that 24 hours, you make sure you stir it for 5 minutes every 6 hours for it to have a completely dissolved solution like this. Can you see here? So now we soaked our antisol into 4 liters of water, and now we have a completely dissolved solution here. And the next thing we want to do now is we want to dissolve our SLS. And this is our SLS here. We want to dissolve our SLS into a little water here. SLS into 300 ml of water. Can you see our SLS here? That looks like green. Yeah. So we'll be dissolving it into 300 ml of water. These are 300 ml of water. Can you see here? So you are dissolving our SLS into these 300 ml of water here. Let's bring it closer for you to see. So we are going to be stirring it as we pour it into it gradually. Can you see? So this is our SLS being dissolved into 300 ml of water. So you are stirring. So be stirring it for 5 to 10 minutes for it to completely dissolve inside this water here. So another difference between this antisol here and natural soil is that this antisol here can be left unturned for a long time. That's why we can soak it and you still have this smooth blend. But for natural soil, you don't try it, please don't try it. If not, you just have lumps all through your solution. So that's another difference between antisol and natural soil. Aside the fact that natural soil easily dissolves in water while antisol doesn't. Natural soil cannot be left unturned while antisol, you see, is here. We've soaked it for 24 hours and that was why we have this smooth blend here. So we are still dissolving our SLS inside 300 ml of water. Actually, if you want to save more time, you can dissolve these SLS. You can prepare it, dissolve it, just leave it inside water like this. It will dissolve on its own. So that means you must have soaked it like 30 minutes before it starts the production. So that's another way of saving time. But because I want to show you exactly how we do it, that's why I'm doing everything now. I'm doing it here for you to see how we actually produce air conditioner. So we are still dissolving our SLS inside water. Well, at the same time, we are waiting for our cetyl alcohol, emulsifying wax, and stearic acid to get cold. You know, it's still hot. We just finished melting it on low heat. Everything is in the training guide, so this is just to show you how exactly we make it. But you can refer to your training guide if you have any question. So as much as possible, please make sure everything you use in mixing your chemicals does not have tendency of corroding or affecting your production. You know, at times when you use, let's say for example, you use a toning stick that is brown in color, there's always a high probability of the toning stick giving the chemical now another color, different color from the way it ought to be. So please be mindful of that when you're producing your own. So that's why, in as much as possible, you see me that everything I make use of here is either plastic or most of them, they are plastic. Most of the materials I use in mixing my chemicals I try as much as possible to use plastic. So plastic materials. And if you want to use wooden materials, please make sure it's a white wood that will not affect your production later on. There are some people they complain that their production is maybe it gives them a kind of color like black or brown color. So most of the time is what you use, the materials you use in producing it, or probably it might even be water. If you use a water that has already been compromised in quality, it might affect your production too. It might also affect your production if you're not sure of your source of water, it might affect it. So please make sure everything you want to use is not contaminated in any form or in any way. So now we have a smooth blend of our SLS now, and the next thing we'll be doing is we are going to be pouring this SLS that we have here into our antisol solution. So I'm going to be making use of plastic pipe here. So I'll have a smooth turning of my production here. And we are still stirring. While we are waiting for our solution to completely cool down. After allowing it to cool down, I added water here. Can you see? Yeah, so I added water. I'm still adding more water now. And I'm still adding water. So actually I've added water. So I'm still adding more water here. So I'm adding about 1 liter of water, but I added it gradually. Can you see? So it's actually turning creamy, like very creamy. So that's exactly the same thing you must have. Can you see? I'm still adding water. I'm actually adding 1 liter of water. Can you see? So this is 1 liter of water added to the chemicals, the 3 chemicals I allowed to cool down. So I added water to it. So that's it. Can you see that it's very, very creamy here? So we are now going to leave it for it to cool down completely again. Can you see? So it's very smooth and creamy. Can you see? Yeah. So you're going to allow it to cool down. Can you see that it's very smooth and creamy? So now I have my mixture that we prepared earlier on. Now it's completely cool, and we'll be adding it to our SLS and antisol mixture that we did earlier on. So now we'll be adding it little by little while we mix. you see what I'm doing? Yeah. We'll be adding it little by little. We have finished adding the mixture here. So continue mixing till we have a smooth blend. So the next thing we want to add now, we want to add our paraffin oil. Our paraffin oil of 100 ml. I'll be measuring my paraffin oil now. 100 ml. This is our paraffin oil here. Of 100 ml. So exactly 100 ml. I'll be adding it to it. Next I'll be adding is our coconut oil. Coconut oil. This is our coconut oil. We just need 30 ml of this coconut oil. So let's measure. It's 30 ml of coconut oil. I'll be adding. I'll continue stirring. The next I'll be adding now is our glycerin. This is our glycerin. We need 100 ml of this, 200 ml of glycerin. So this is 100 ml of glycerin here. I'll be adding it to it as we continue stirring. So the next I'll be adding is our perfume. Here I have my perfume here. This is my perfume. I'll be adding 30 ml of this perfume to it. 30 ml of this perfume here. So this is it. You can mix up two more perfumes just like I always say. So can you see that our air conditioner is ready? So we're going to leave it like this. We're going to leave it for complete 24 hours and allow the whole thing to diffuse well, the fragrance, before packaging it rather. So we are done with our air conditioner. Thank you.